I'm not afraid of no ghost.
Are you troubled by strange noises in the middle of the night?
Do you experience feelings of dread in your basement or attic?
Have you or any of your family ever seen a spook, specter, or ghost?
If the answer is yes, then don't wait another minute. Pick up your phone and call the professionals. Go, Ghostbusters!
My name is Kevin. I am the Dapper Man, and I am going to be reviewing Ghostbusters Afterlife. It has been quite an extensive amount of time. It's been 32 years since the last Ghostbusters sequel we received, and we got something else, and that is not Ghostbusters. You can just go away. There. We would never be talking about that. Doesn't exist. But this film does. Now, this may be your first time ever watching a Ghostbusters film, and that is perfectly fine. You do not have to watch the original to understand what this is coming from, but it would help. Well, let's talk about the story of Ghostbusters Afterlife. Don't worry, I will not spoil it. Ghostbusters Afterlife is a story about a single mom and her children has just learned about obtaining a house from their relative, and they go to this relative's house, which they now obtain because they've just been evicted from their apartments where they lived at. As the children soon discovered their grandfather was a Ghostbuster, they learn more about him, along with new friends as they discover a world of ghosts in their small town of Somerville. And there you go. See, I told you I wasn't going to spoil the story. That's pretty simple and basic, right? Right? Now, as I just said earlier, if you didn't watch the original film, that's fine, but this film is a great, tremendous fan film. It's a love letter to everyone else who watched Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2. Yes, I count Ghostbusters 2 for some reason. I've been seeing some odd things that people don't care for it. I don't know why. However, this is more of a direct sequel towards Ghostbusters 1. And there's a lot of Easter eggs that's in this film. It's tremendously, sometimes overwhelming. You might have to watch the film a second time, which I will be watching this film a second time because I enjoyed it. I loved it. I liked it. As I said, this is a sequel to the 1989 last sequel, continuing the story. So watching that will help and benefit from you watching this film. Of course, you can watch it by itself. Now, with that aside, I'm just going to say, other than me already saying it earlier, that I enjoyed it, I loved it, here are some more of my thoughts on the film. Everyone in this film is really good. I like them. I like the actors. I like the actresses. I love the way they interact. I love the chemistry with everyone. They seem very natural. But I'm just going to say, McKenna Grace steals this movie. She carries this entire movie on her own. She's very like someone you could actually talk to, who actually has a real conversation. Even if she's like super smart and super intelligent, she says things that doesn't make sense, along with her corny jokes, she still feels very relatable, and I enjoyed her aspect. I loved her in this movie. She was really good. Another one I enjoyed is a kid. He calls himself Podcast. We don't know his true name because he calls himself Podcast because he's a podcaster. And I smiled at that. I thought a lot of people may not like that. I enjoyed it because it still felt that very 1980s style towards a film, because face it, if you watch a 1980s film or 90s and you realize that sometimes people will name themselves after something that they're well known for, it will be it's just a thing. So it worked for this film. I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed his character. Paul Rudd, another fantastic actor. He has such great charm and chemistry on film. I can't help but smile every time he's on. A complaint you might hear from a lot of people is saying this film plays it too safe, and I can get that because we've already got previously the Star Wars film, A New Hope, and then we, a couple of years ago, 5 years ago, 6, I can't remember when, we get The Force Awakens. It felt like a direct Force Awakens to A New Hope. This may feel that same type of way of filming, where it's directly almost copying the original Ghostbusters, even though it's not, because you're not in a city, you are children, you're inheriting, so there's a lot of differences, but at the same time there's a load of similarities where it just seems a little too much. And I can understand why they did it this way, because after not having a proper Ghostbusters movie or a sequel or anything of the sort for such a long time, you're going to have to almost like rehash, redo, and show a new audience of that. I get it. I understand. I just wish it took some liberties, took some risks, did something different, put some more creatures out there. I mean, we see the commercial, so we already know there's like this little Stay Puft marshmallows, but this time we get to see it in the Stay Puft marshmallow size, which it was one of my favorite parts of the movie. I enjoyed it, and I thought it was cute, I thought it was hilarious, and I just absolutely enjoyed it. Most of the jokes work on this. It has great timing, it was very well executed, but there are certain jokes, like there was one in particularly where I wouldn't tell you what it is, but it was spoiling it. You'll know what it is. It'll happen, and you're just like, oh, okay. And there'll be certain times where you're just like, just bust up laughing. You're just like, wow, that really worked. Some of the jokes, you could already see what's going to happen next. From following its beats, you already know what's going to happen. But, like I said, there's probably like 2 or 3 jokes. I'm just like, okay, that's almost cringe-worthy, but whatever. I let it pass. Also, one more thing. I enjoyed the add-on feature towards the Ghostbusters car, the gunner door. I liked it. There was something a little bit different than the original, but it didn't take it away. It didn't crapped on it. It didn't make it feel like it was not worthy of us. It just, I liked it. I always enjoyed seeing the Ghostbusters car, and seeing that feature added on made me smile. I enjoyed it. This film could have went wrong in so many ways, and so many times we see when films, when they make a sequel, they try to do something, and they think they're honoring a character, a legend actor or something, but in the process, it's not really good. It's really horrible. It's bland, and sometimes it makes it feel like it's disrespectful. In no way did Jason Reitman, the son of Evan Reitman, who did the first 2 Ghostbusters film, was in any way disrespectful. They put in a very respectful manner. They put some thought, they put some care, they put some love into it, and I very much enjoy that and what they did towards certain people in this film, and it didn't make it feel cheap. That was another great thing, because sometimes you could put someone onto a film that you have recognized or seen, and then gone, and you're just like, I could have went the entire movie without that. This one, they placed people in certain ways in such a great care and detail that it actually works for this film. There was a scene that happened in the movie, I admit I had a tear or two, and it worked very well on the emotional level, so bravo, good job. I was really impressed with that. You did handle it just right. So for those of you who are curious what's inside the film, because this is what I do on my channel, this is what I do in my videos, it is rated PG-13 if you want to know what's inside of it, just for your own sake, your children, family, friends, whoever you take with you. This is why it's rated PG-13. This is what's inside of the film. And that is, it's really more mild than I thought it would be. For some reason I thought it was going to be much more violent or more language something. No, it wasn't. So that is it. That is my review. I hope that you enjoyed this review. If you have enjoyed this review, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you thought of the other Ghostbuster films. Tell me what was your memory? What was your, when did you first time watch a Ghostbusters movie? And hopefully I will see you around to the next video. So until then, take care. Have a lovely day. Cheers.